Let's. Last week we talked about Yama, so I thought since we are talking about what I shall not do, let us talk about what I shall do. Let us talk about Yama. The next of the anga, the next limb of yoga is Niyama. Niyama, very simply, is the rules you live by. It is not enough to say I will not do these things. It is also important to say I shall do certain things. It's your personal discipline for more than any other. It's not a restriction, it is what you choose. This is what I will do no matter what. Now, of course, it seems a little contradictory. Yoga is all about freedom, yoga is all about liberation. Why are we now imposing fresh set of rules? Is it, as it is in society, in family, everything we have so many. But no creativity is possible without discipline. You've read Malcolm Gladwell, which is popular now. You know, Blink and all those kind of books. So he had one. He had one of his latest books. There's a theory that the people who become really good at something, at any kind of skill, any kind of activity, they have to spend 10,000 hours at it. To become an expert in something, to become really superlatively skilled at some activity, you require to spend 10,000 hours at it. That only means you become an expert. It doesn't mean you become successful.
10,000 hours, that will be how many years?
Yeah, more than 3 years. More than 3 years of your life. But 3 years of your life is a long time. 10,000 hours of your life have to be spent practicing something again and again and again and again and again until it becomes second nature, until it becomes automatic. So, yoga, of course, has always been dealing with human nature, human psychology, the human mind, human habits. So, this whole notion of it is not enough to create the enclosure, it is not enough to create what I shall not do, this is my filter, this is what I keep away. It is equally important that these are the things I will do, no matter what. That is your Niyama. That is your Niyama. So, without discipline, nothing can be achieved. And discipline also means choice. What do I choose to spend my time on? Now, people keep saying, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. But whatever you are doing is what you have chosen to do. Whatever you are spending money on, that is why your heart really is, no matter what you say to the contrary. Whatever you engage with, whatever you read, whatever you listen to, whatever you see, that is where your heart really is. That is where your mind really is. Now, you want your mind to change without changing your actions. You want your life to change without changing your actions. You want to change your life without changing what you invest your time, what you invest your money in. That is not going to be possible. So, Niyama is a way of training you to be instinctively and automatically disciplined. So that anytime you need to make a shift, anytime you need to make a change, the new behaviors that become mandatory, that does not become problematic for you. Niyama is so that you are used to changing your behavior. Niyama is so that you are used to changing what needs to be done or what you do. See, yoga is very creative. It is never static. There are no rules. Most of these yama niyamas are actually like guidelines if you look at it. They're not really prescriptions. Though, of course, some people do start becoming very rigid and hard about it because people like specific instructions. People like specific instructions. But niyama is very clearly training yourself in discipline. If you train yourself in discipline, senior yogis, they don't really need to sit and meditate, but they know that if we give up the discipline, senior yogis don't really need to do the pranayama because their whole body is energized. Nothing is now going to, but they know that if we stop, If the discipline stops, that will spill over into everything else in life. So just for also an example, if you see somebody who's 70 years old and he's still meditating, he's still doing the kriya, he's still doing the asanas, then the younger people don't have excuses. You know? Yeah. Why do we like to see, whenever we see somebody old who's very physically active, why does that spontaneous admiration rise in us? We all like that, no? We all feel very impressed with that. Oh wow, look at that. You know, look at what that person is doing at this age. You know, because somewhere we know this point could not have been reached without discipline. This point could not have been reached without Niyama.